In a good year, farmers like Wayne Dunford wouldn't need to buy hay at all. They'd grow crops and their sheep and cows would eat them straight out of the ground. But drought has hit Australia's eastern states. This hay has been trucked in from 1,000 kilometres away. With transport, it costs about $250 a bale. One hay bale will feed 60 cows for a day. Dunford has 380, so feeding them is costing him more than $10,000 a week.
The grind of a drought gets to you, like you get a 50 km/h wind blowing in your face all day and there's a bit of dust mixed through it and you still got to feed your stock and that, and I don't know what wind does, but it gets everyone a bit cranky for some reason. And you tend to get that, but it's just the fact that you're out there every day and things are going backwards, not forward,
Dunford is mixing some hay with wheat grain and compacted wet grass silage to keep costs down. But making that mix is harder work, even if it is slightly cheaper. Across eastern Australia, the drought means that farmers are putting in a lot more effort and paying out a lot more money. Now, the government can't help with the workload, but it can and is helping with the money. Australia's national and state governments are subsidising transport costs, offering low-interest loans and giving cash payments to farmers worth $9,000. Only having assets of more than $3.75 million disqualifies farming families from the handout. It's the sort of help people in no other industry get.
This is a way of life that is important to Australia's future. And as a result of that, I think that means there's a special responsibility here.
But some economists think farms need to deal with drought as any business deals with risk. In good years, economically viable farms make lots of money, which should carry them through the tough ones. Few Australians, though, see it that way. Most live in cities, but they have a deep cultural affinity with rural communities. It dates back to stories of colonial settlers taming a rugged land. Today, the media adds to the emotional mix.
Drought makes great television. And in Australia, visually, our droughts are really confronting. So people in the city who don't necessarily understand the economics of agriculture, who have this deep cultural sympathy for farmers, want their governments to act. So it's good politics.
But not necessarily good economics. Andrew Thomas, Al Jazeera, near Parkes in eastern Australia.